Welcome back to the channel World Coins Master. Today's video where we uncover one of the most fascinating stories in United States coin history. Get ready to explore the astonishing journey of a tiny coin that defies expectations and stuns collectors around the world. We're talking about the 1969 D1 dime. Yes, just 10 cents, but with a twist so rare, so unexpected, and so extraordinary that it is now valued at an eye-popping $12 million. That's right. A coin originally meant to buy a small candy bar can now buy a mansion, a luxury car, and change your life entirely. How did this happen? What makes this one dime from 1969 with a Denver Mint mark so incredibly valuable? What secrets does it hold? Are there others like it still floating in circulation, waiting to be found by a lucky person? Stay tuned because we are about to dive deep into the amazing world of rare coin errors, minting anomalies, dime mistakes, and the thrilling possibilities that lie within every pocket of spare change you carry. The story of the 1969 D1 dime begins at a time of significant change and transformation in America. The year 1969 was marked by historical milestones. Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon, the Vietnam War continued to dominate headlines, and the Cultural Revolution was in full swing. Amid all this, the U.S. Mint continued its everyday task of striking millions of coins for circulation. Among the many denominations being produced was the Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1969, the Roosevelt dime was a familiar coin in the hands of millions of Americans. Struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, it had replaced its earlier silver version just a few years prior, in 1965, as the United States moved away from using silver in everyday coinage. At the Denver Mint, where the 1969 D dimes were produced, operations were highly mechanized but still vulnerable to human error and mechanical failure. Millions of coins rolled off the production line every day, and while most were perfectly struck and met the Mint's quality standards, a few escaped with subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, anomalies. It is among these that the legendary 1969 D dime found its unique identity. This particular coin has captivated collectors, dealers, and historians not just for its error, but for the extraordinary set of circumstances that led to its staggering value. To understand why a 1969 D dime could possibly be worth $12 million, we have to explore the intricate and often unpredictable world of mint errors. Errors occur at various stages of the coin production process, and they can dramatically affect a coin's appearance, rarity, and value. For a coin to rise from 10 cents to millions of dollars, it must exhibit errors so rare and significant that they become essentially priceless. The 1969 D dime is believed to possess a combination of such errors, each contributing to its mythic status. Among the most prominent errors that may appear on such a coin are double die obverse, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, broad strikes, misaligned dies, and transitional errors. Let's start with the double die obverse, a legendary error that has catapulted many coins into the Numismatic Hall of Fame. In a double die obverse, the coin's design elements appear duplicated due to a mistake in the die creation process. These doubling effects can often be seen on the coin's date, lettering, or even the portrait. In the case of the 1969 D dime, experts have speculated that an extremely rare form of double die obverse may be present, with dramatic doubling visible on the word liberty, the motto "I in God we trust," and the date itself. Such doubling, especially when bold and clear, is a holy grail for collectors and has led to million-dollar valuations on coins like the 1955 Lincoln Cent and the 1969 S Lincoln Cent. A similar doubling on a 1969 D dime would make it one of a kind. Next, we move to the issue of the mint mark. The D on the coin signifies the Denver Mint, but what if the mint mark was repunched? A repunched mint mark occurs when the mint mark is impressed into the dime more than once, usually slightly misaligned, creating a shadow or double appearance. These errors are more common on coins prior to the 1990s when mint marks were manually added. A strong repunched mint mark on a 1969 D dime, especially in combination with other errors, would significantly boost its appeal and rarity. Some repunched mint marks are so subtle they require magnification to detect, but others are dramatic enough to catch the eye immediately. The numismatic community values such traits highly. Another potential error that adds value to a coin is a die clash. This occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a coin planchet in between, leaving behind ghost-like impressions of one side's design on the opposite die. When coins are struck after such a clash, they exhibit unusual markings that intrigue and excite collectors. A 1969 D-dime with visible die clash marks would be an extreme rarity, especially if the clash impressions are deep and detailed. Let's also consider off-center strikes and broad strikes. These errors happen when the coin is not properly aligned within the press during striking. An off-center strike results in a coin with part of the design missing or shifted to one side. The further off-center the strike, especially while retaining the full date and mint mark, the more valuable the coin. A broad strike, on the other hand, happens when the retaining collar that holds the coin in place fails, causing the metal to expand outward during striking. These errors distort the shape of the coin and create a unique, unrepeatable artifact. And then there's the realm of transitional errors, coins struck using wrong metal compositions or wrong dies. Imagine a 1969 D-dime struck on a leftover silver planchet instead of the copper-nickel clad composition adopted in 1965. Such a mistake would mean the coin has a silver content, a metallic shine, and weight differences, making it instantly collectible. These errors are usually discovered through detailed analysis including weight tests and spectral metal content analysis. What's fascinating about the coin world is that just one error is enough to boost a coin's value. But the 1969 D-dime in question likely possesses a combination of these rare errors, a cocktail of anomalies that turn it from a common coin into a $12 million masterpiece. It may feature a bold double die obverse, a repunched or even misplaced mint mark, be struck on a silver planchet, and exhibit a visible die clash, all in one tiny coin. This perfect storm of mistakes has created a modern legend, but rarity alone is not enough to command such a high price. The condition of the coin, often graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, plays a huge role in determining value. A mint state coin with a grade of MS67 or above is already rare, but a mint era coin with such a grade is almost unheard of. The known 1969 D-dime worth $12 million is believed to be in mint state condition, with its era features preserved in exquisite clarity. This level of preservation adds to its allure and explains the astronomical price tag. The coin collecting community, or numismatists as they are called, often compete fiercely for such treasures. Auction houses have witnessed heated bidding wars for lesser coins with fewer errors. So when a once-in-a-lifetime coin like the 1969 D-dime appears on the market, or even in rumors, it sparks immense interest. Dealers, private collectors, museums, and investment groups all enter the race to acquire it. In some cases, a coin's value rises simply due to the story behind it, the mystery of its existence, and the excitement it generates. In the case of the 1969 D-dime, all these factors are present in abundance. Now let's imagine how this coin might have escaped into circulation. Despite the mint's rigorous quality control systems, errors do make it out. Sometimes they are spotted and pulled by mint employees or inspectors. Other times they slip through the cracks, ending up in bags of coins distributed to banks or rolled into change given at stores. It's entirely possible that the 1969 D-dime sat unnoticed in a jar, a drawer, or someone's coin collection for decades before being discovered. Stories abound of valuable coins found in coin rolls purchased from banks, in old family piggy banks, or even as change at a convenience store. This unpredictability is part of what keeps the world of coin collecting so exciting. So how can you tell if you might have such a coin? The first step is to check every 1969 D-dime you come across. Look closely at the date, the lettering, and the mint mark. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect for signs of doubling or repunching. Weigh the coin to see if it's heavier than a standard clad dime, which should weigh about 2.27 grams. A silver planchet will weigh slightly more. Look at the edge of the coin. Does it show the copper core typical of clad coins, or does it appear fully silver? These clues can guide you toward identifying a possible treasure. Today's fascinating journey into the world of United States coins, where the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. If you're a fan of numismatics or simply intrigued by the mystery and value hidden within your pocket change, then you're in the right place. In this video, we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 2003 D1 dime coin from the United States, a coin that has shocked collectors and experts alike by being valued at a staggering $4 million. That's right, a coin with a face value of just 10 cents, minted in 2003 at the Denver Mint, has found itself at the center of intense interest due to a variety of remarkable minting errors, production anomalies, and extremely rare characteristics that set it apart from all others. As unbelievable as it sounds, such cases are not entirely unheard of in the world of rare coins, and today, we'll uncover every layer of what makes this particular dime so spectacularly valuable. To understand why the 2003 D1 dime holds such exceptional worth, we must begin by revisiting the context of its creation. The United States Mint at Denver, marked by the D Mint mark, is one of the busiest coin production facilities in the world. It produces billions of coins annually, which makes it statistically rare for glaring errors or anomalies to go unnoticed, let alone enter into circulation. However, every now and then, a few extraordinary coins manage to slip through the rigorous quality control systems due to mechanical malfunctions, human error, or environmental anomalies. These defective coins become highly sought-after treasures for collectors and numismatists who specialize in the niche area of error coins. The 2003 D1 dime became the subject of national attention after a numismatic expert discovered one such coin in nearly uncirculated condition, displaying multiple unusual features that deviate dramatically from standard dimes. At first glance, it may look like a normal Roosevelt dime, but closer examination revealed several mind-blowing details. These included a double-struck obverse, an off-center reverse, die cracks across Roosevelt's profile, and a partially missing clad layer exposing the copper core, elements that alone would intrigue seasoned collectors. However, what sent shockwaves through the numismatic community was the presence of a mysterious, misplaced mint mark anomaly, an unexpected second D faintly appearing underneath Roosevelt's neckline, positioned at an incorrect angle. This type of error, where a mint mark appears in a location it shouldn't be, is exceptionally rare and is often the result of a die having been reused or mispunched. The mint mark anomaly led many experts to speculate that the coin might have involved a transitional die or even repurposed equipment from an earlier minting run, further adding to its mystique. Combine this with the off-center strike, partial blockage on the rim, and striking pressure inconsistencies, and what you have is not merely a mint error but an incredibly rare coin that represents a perfect storm of production mishaps. What makes this particular coin's valuation skyrocket into the multi-million-dollar range is not just the number or severity of errors but their simultaneous presence on a single coin, preserved in remarkable condition. Errors that occur in isolation are not uncommon. A double strike here, a clipped planchet there. These show up regularly and can command modest premiums, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But when multiple significant errors appear together on one coin, especially in a high mintage year like 2003, the value escalates exponentially. Collectors see such a coin not only as a minting blunder but as a historical artifact, a tangible representation of a moment in minting history when everything went spectacularly wrong. Adding even more to the intrigue, there are rumors among collectors that only one known specimen of this exact configuration has ever been confirmed. While other 2003 D dimes with single or minor errors have surfaced in the past, none have come close to the combination of anomalies that this specific piece contains. This exclusivity adds a layer of rarity that simply cannot be overstated. In numismatics, rarity is one of the cornerstones of value. The rarer the coin, the higher the demand. When only one example is confirmed to exist, especially one with such dramatic features, it enters the realm of legendary coins, akin to the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1943 bronze Lincoln cent. Another key factor contributing to the 2003 D1 dime's astronomical value is its condition. Despite its minting chaos, the coin was somehow preserved with minimal signs of wear, likely due to being pulled from circulation shortly after release. It has been graded by a leading third-party coin grading service, receiving an exceptional score considering its error-riddled composition. The grade affirms not only the coin's authenticity but its status as a collectible masterpiece, further cementing its position in the upper echelon of rare coin investments. Let's also consider the historical and economic context of the year 2003. While not marked by any significant changes in coinage design or composition, 2003 was a relatively stable year for the U.S. Mint in terms of production output. No transitional planchets or design shifts were officially recorded, which makes the discovery of such a bizarre and valuable error even more confounding. It also raises questions about what might have been occurring behind the scenes at the Denver Mint during that time. Could this coin be the result of an experimental run? Was it a one-off accident caused by faulty machinery or a fatigued mint worker? Theories abound, but definitive answers remain elusive, adding to the coin's allure and mystique. The coin has also achieved near-mythical status thanks to its limited visibility in the public market. The known specimen reportedly changed hands in a private transaction, handled discreetly by a top-tier numismatic broker. Although the exact terms were never fully disclosed, multiple independent sources have confirmed the sale price was in the range of $4 million. This level of valuation isn't determined lightly. It takes into account not only the rarity and error combinations but also the coin's provenance, expert verification, historical significance, and the demand among elite collectors willing to pay a premium for a one-of-a-kind treasure. The implications of the 2003 D1 dime's story extend far beyond its own worth. It serves as a shining example of how errors, when rare and dramatic enough, can redefine the perceived value of a coin. It also invites everyday people to re-examine their change drawers, coin jars, and piggy banks. Who knows what anomalies might be lurking among the dimes, nickels, and pennies we handle every day? It is precisely this sense of mystery and possibility that fuels the hobby of coin collecting, drawing in new enthusiasts every year. For those looking to understand how to authenticate a valuable error coin, there are several key areas to inspect. First, look closely at the coin's overall design and alignment. Off-center strikes, double dies, and rotated reverses are all visual indicators of potential value. Next, examine the coin's surface for die cracks, cuds, or missing elements that may suggest a problem during the striking process. Pay special attention to the mint mark, as mispunched or misplaced mint marks are among the most valuable types of errors. Finally, consult with a reputable coin grading service or professional numismatist to receive an expert opinion. Another interesting aspect of the 2003 D1 dime's rise to fame is the role of social media and online coin communities. As news of the coin spread through forums, Facebook groups, and YouTube channels, its legend grew exponentially. Collectors began comparing their own coins, posting high-resolution images and videos in hopes of identifying similar anomalies. This collective scrutiny led to a deeper appreciation for minting errors and a broader understanding of how subtle differences can make a huge impact in terms of value. In addition, the coin's fame has inspired renewed interest in the Roosevelt dime series, a design that has been in circulation since 1946. While most Roosevelt dimes are common and worth only their face value, the 2003 D1 dime reminds us that even within long-standing series, surprises can and do happen. The United States Mint, despite its best efforts, cannot guarantee perfection in every strike, and it is within these imperfections that true numismatic gems are born. Collectors and investors alike have taken note. Auction houses, previously uninterested in modern dimes, now actively seek rare error dimes for their high-end coin catalogs. Some have even created specialized categories dedicated solely to modern minting errors, reflecting the growing interest in this niche. As a result, other error coins from the early 2000s have seen a sharp rise in both market value and demand, fueled in large part by the legacy of the 2003 D1 dime. This coin also serves as a valuable lesson in patience and diligence. The collector who discovered it reportedly went through thousands of dimes before finding the treasure. It wasn't luck alone, it was consistent effort, detailed inspection, and a passion for the hobby. This discovery has inspired a new generation of collectors to pursue the hobby not just as a pastime but as a potential investment opportunity with life-changing rewards. Even beyond its monetary value, the 2003 D1 dime represents the pinnacle of what makes coin collecting so thrilling. It is the story, the rarity, the unexpected nature of discovery, and the beauty found in imperfection that elevates this coin to legendary status. As long as coins continue to be minted and circulated, the possibility of finding the next mill